Reinforce the outline of the subject so that you don't lose it while adding the background color. Use a medium brown here to indicate the valleys and smooth it out, and then lightly layer a cover of light green for the distant trees. Keep all the areas out of focus. For this middle distance, we can use this green more densely, allowing some of the paper to show through. Most of the time, a toned paper allows us the privilege of not fighting the white of the paper. The lower half has some green and yellow lightly layered over the top of it. Now blend them to become a lovely yellow-green color. Lightly blend all the color slightly over the outline of the hiker. We don't want a halo around the figure. Work some small yellow patches for tufts of grass and some darker green on the top portion. With a very dark green, smudge in some for the distant bushes. Try to add these in a random fashion. Lightly smudge them with a finger to make them more distant looking. Draw in the distant trees and then edge them off to make them appear from behind the rise. After this, use a light yellow or a yellow-green pastel stick to show up the ridges of the slope. Notice a sudden change in the middle of the pathway as it ducks down the slope to reappear again in the distance. The closer part here is in shadow. Block in the basic darks of the two trees with dark brown and smudge the edges. We don't want a sharp line here. Paint in all the protruding branches with a dark green stick and feather out the small leaves. Notice how I left portions of the path between the branches. Add the new growth to the treetops and then paint the highlights with a lighter green. Adding in these rocks pushes the trees optically further into the distance. They are actually some way down the slope. Emphasize the rocks and the grassy area. Work in some green and then with a dark brown pastel pencil push out the whole lot of dead twigs. Use a light green pencil to add lighter twigs and also to paint in some fern fronds. Do the same to the left-hand side. A light burnt sienna pencil is used here to shape out the rocks. Fill in with dark green and black for the shadows. Add in some tall grass. Be careful not to make the hiker's head too big. Carefully shape out the hair and add the ears and the neck. I will just be using pencils for the hiker because of all the small details, and I will also simplify details in some of the areas because we are making a painting and not a photograph. It is best to mark out all the darker areas first before going into too much blending. Now that most of the upper body is completed, we will come back here later. Add the shadows for the hands. Block in the jeans with a very dark blue or tallow blue. And keep a nice clean edge to them. Carefully and constantly keep referring to the reference photo as you add the lighter areas to the jeans with a white pencil. Add the white turn-ups of the trouser legs and draw in the shoes. Take your time here. We want them to look like shoes. Add the shadow on the ground, and then do some final touch-ups. Please like this video if you've enjoyed watching it, and leave a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe so we can inform you when we bring out more new tutorials like this one. If you would like to see the paint-along version of this class, head over to our website, onlineartlessons.com. Thank you for watching.